Hello again. Now I'm going to show you how to add your own hypothesis content to your Blackboard course. So I always put everything under syllabus and documents, but it depends on how your content is organized. But when you go to the syllabus and documents section, you're going to see this Build Content drop-down menu. When you go to Build Content, you're going to see Hypothesis linked under the section that starts with Learning Module. When you click on the Hypothesis option, it'll look just as if you are uploading any content. You're going to want to name the item that you're uploading to something similar to the title of the article. Here I always put my directions for annotating. I usually give a specific number of times that they need to annotate. So for example, please add 4 to 8 original annotations and 2 to 3 replies to other students. And then I give them directions on what kinds of things I'd like them to annotate. In the past, I have done rhetorical analysis work, so they have had to identify audience, purpose, genre. I've also done the pie model, where they're looking for specific items in terms of evidence offered, specific types of evidence, or I've done just general annotating, where they're summarizing, looking up definitions, looking up references, and asking questions. Just make sure you're clear in your direction and you give them a minimum number that you're going to assess them on. You can then skip the entire rest of this section unless you don't want the item to be displayed right away. Then of course you can set up your restrictions. When you click Submit, it will put the new item on the bottom of your Blackboard list. Here, you're going to need to click again on that item, and it will then prompt you to put in the URL of the web page or the PDF, or select your PDF from Google Drive. Since I know a lot of us do teach from PDFs, such as journal articles found in the library database, I'm going to show you how to do that now. So I have my PDF loaded here as a web document. You could, again, also have this loaded as a Google Drive document, but all I do is copy and paste the URL that ends with .pdf. I go back to my Blackboard site, I select enter the URL of the PDF, paste it right in there, and click Submit. Once I do that, you're going to see that the PDF loads, looking just as you would expect it to, with the annotation options here on the right-hand sidebar. So then when students want to come in and start annotating, I usually give them an example. So for example, you might highlight the word aesthetics, click annotate, put your definition in here. Of course, spell it right would be great. And then you might want to link to the place where you got your definition, perhaps Oxford English Dictionary, and you can even add tags that might help students search for information later on. After you do that, you want to make sure it says post to your class and give students the option to post to only me if they want some internal comments throughout the doc as well. After I give my example, I usually allow students to annotate for maybe 48 hours between a 2-day class period, depending on how long the article is. And then afterwards, I will go in and reply to their comments using this reply function, answering their questions or prompting more discussion. I then use these articles in class to figure out what students were struggling with and what areas of the reading they seem to have the most questions about. Also, one key tip that I found over several years using this software is that if there's a particular paragraph that no one has annotated, it usually means that they had the most difficulty and avoided that paragraph. So you might want to do specific work looking at the areas where there are no annotations and thinking about why students may have avoided that particular section.